Hello there. I have a strong accent and I'm tired of pretending that I'm not, so please enjoy. Today I want to tell you about a game I have been making for some time, so get comfortable and listen. I'm tired of making small games that make small money, so I decided to make a big game that makes more money. This is how it started. I played a lot of Death Stranding recently, and this game was a dopamine cure for me. So pure, so lonely, so empty. So I wanted to have a similar experience. But also Death Stranding is a huge treasure for the players that love to explore. So Death Stranding was the first reference. I'm also fascinated with the ideas of what the world would look like without humans, because as you know, humans are terrible creatures. So I looked in the direction of The Last of Us, with all that concrete and green, so Last of Us became the second reference. One small game has become that third reference. It's called The Trail and made by one of the legendary game developers, Peter Molyneux and his team. Reason why this strange mobile game and later Steam game became one of my reference is simple, because of that simple and working game loop. You walk forward, gather rubbish along the trail and use it for crafting items, which you sell to gain money to go further, or make a nice outfit so you can walk faster, gather more trash and have more energy. So the project that I Content V started production with this tiny amount of pre-production. Does it sound like a good idea? Hell no. But at least for me it does. So how to make a game? Actually, it's very easy. Take a character and give him a goal. In my case, give it a package and tell to deliver. Now we need to make a challenge. Let's make obstacles, such as height differences, enemies and confusing paths. But why should you do the delivery? Because of the reward. What reward, you might say? Nice loot, new toys to play with, that helps to deal with obstacles. And don't forget to set a new goal at the end of the world one. Now we got something called the game loop. Now we can play around with the weak spots in this design. Player bored of delivering? Make a story that will motivate him. Player got used to the obstacles? Make new ones. Are quests all the same? Reverse it. Make the character steal from other characters, and so on. F-hole playground. Sounds easy, right? It really is. But now to the hard part. Make the actual game. When game design is ready, there is a lot of things to design within the game. Basic systems, enemies, character and world design, quest design, level design, code architecture. And now it is the time to point where I am now. I've worked on this game for a while and it started with this. Now I want to show you some features that I have implemented and what the game is right now. Starting with some basic animations of movement. I made a system that would be easy to scale, but some of the animations are kind of broken, so there is a work to do. A lot of work has been done in the inventory system. Now there is a backpack with drag and drop feature, ability to stack items in containers like boxes, and also get items from the containers. Another big system that I made is dialogue system. It's really scalable and has a great potential to turn tables upside down, if you know what I mean. There is still two little things that I don't really like, but I will mess with them much later. There is a system in the game that I call Grey Vision that helps you to navigate in the game world. It highlights interactable objects like boxes or items and also shows the tips that start a cutscene that will shed light on some objects or characters. If you see a mechanism and have no idea the fuck there is, you can get a commentary from your character. And also, if there is a character, you can consider notes of sadness in his image. There is also a system of interaction with the item in your hands, depending on what type of item you're holding. So something like a gun, you can aim with it and shoot. With a flashlight, you can turn it on and off and point somewhere. There will be a lot of different items and various ways of using it, so it will give some kind of immersion to the game. One mechanic is something I've been thinking about for a long time. I wasn't sure about it, but I say fuck it, I will do it and see how it going. It is offering an item. You can offer item to an object to use it with it. For example, a key could be offered to a door to unlock it, or you can offer item to an NPC to make a gift, or give him a quest item, or just a random one. Anyway, NPC reaction will be unique. One of this mechanic is that this is not intuitive, and not many games use something like this to interact with the game world. There is a small feature that shows translated text of what you see in game, like big worm with large letters, and you have no idea the fuck this means. There will be many representatives of different nationalities, and accordingly there will be many different signs, so type text is a little but helpful feature. Speaking of game narrative, name NV comes from Northern Vice. You see, historically the North is an odd place to live in. Always cold, not much food, berries are poisoned, and so on. But there are people who learn to live, mastering survival in those areas. This is their wise survival. It makes sense in the context of the apocalypse that happened. It was easy to surrender and go somewhere quietly die, but they didn't. Story of the game will provide a trip along those people, so players could see how different persons be living in a new world. In this way, the game would be like a road movie type game, like Siberia, for example. The whole game idea is based on what Earth has become after multiple apocalypses and how it changed human civilization. But most importantly, how humans changed. What do they do now? What do they think about? How do they love? How miserable do they think they are? What should happen to a person to become this much bizarre and fucked up creature? Those and other questions are essential to answer in this game. Player's story will be a journey, and in the end, don't want to spoil guys, but trust me, notes you make about the world will matter. It might sound kind of stupid, like some kind of quiz or other game that will get your answers and print your score, but trust me, my job is to make the most fascinating experience of your lives, and I hunt this purpose down like a maniac. Anyway, I found another name for the game that I would like to use, and I will be glad to announce it after I make a Steam page to this game. I just wanted to make some context to the game, and here we are. My plan is to make a prototype first, with all the mechanics that will be in the final game, and show it to my colleagues with experience at game design that would point at the weak spots of it. After it, I guess, it will be time for another devlog, in which I will tell you about how it went. So, if you like this video and want to see more, please put your kind like on this video, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. I have some ambitious content planned for this channel, and it only depends on whatever you are interested or not. Thank you for watching. I hope it was educational and fun for you. See you soon. Much love.